The 2016 election, a turning point in American history, saw business tycoon Donald Trump secure a victory over seasoned politician Hillary Clinton. It was an event that no one saw coming, a result that sent shockwaves across the globe. This unexpected win was not just a surprise but a seismic shift that divided the nation. On one side there were celebrations, a sense of triumph that the outsider, the underdog, had prevailed. On the other, there were expressions of disbelief, a feeling of unease that the political landscape was changing in ways never imagined. It was a time when the country's heartbeat was audible, each pulse echoing the tension in the air. This victory, seen by many as a rebellion against the establishment, was a clear sign that a shift was underway. Trump's victory was a political earthquake, and its aftershocks are still being felt today. Media coverage played a substantial role in shaping public perception of Trump, often painting him in a negative light. The airwaves and digital realms were frequently filled with stories that portrayed Trump as everything from a careless maverick to a divisive figure. A prime example was the media's treatment of the infamous wall rhetoric. The narrative was spun in a way that suggested a xenophobic agenda, when in truth, the aim was border security. Similarly, Trump's handling of the pandemic was frequently criticized, with media outlets quick to highlight any perceived missteps, often ignoring the unprecedented nature of the global crisis. The question that arises then is whether these portrayals were justified or if they were tainted by media bias. It's crucial to address this because media narratives, whether fair or skewed, have the power to sway public opinion, but one must question if they always reflect reality. Fast forward to today, Joe Biden's presidency has been met with both applause and skepticism. On one hand, we see significant accomplishments, such as the massive vaccination rollout against the COVID-19 pandemic and the passing of the American Rescue Plan. On the other hand, there are controversies, including the handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal and the southern border crisis. Perceptions vary widely, with some critics referring to Biden as a puppet on a string. They argue that his decisions are heavily influenced by others in his administration, or even outside it. These critics point to instances of Biden seemingly following a predetermined script, or making decisions that appear to deviate from his campaign promises. Yet, supporters argue that these claims are unfounded, and that Biden's leadership style, while perhaps less flamboyant than his predecessors, is nonetheless effective. They see a president who listens to his advisors and makes informed decisions. The truth behind the puppet master claims remains a topic of heated debate. The world stage is changing, with Russia and China seemingly gaining more influence. This shift has been propelled by a myriad of geopolitical developments. Russia, under the leadership of Vladimir Putin, has been leveraging its natural resources, particularly oil and gas, to strengthen its economic and political influence. Meanwhile, China, led by President Xi Jinping, has made significant strides in technology and infrastructure development, further bolstering its global standing. The impact of these developments is profound. The rise of Russia and China has challenged the traditional Western hegemony, creating a multipolar world. This shift has led to a realignment in global alliances, with countries now having to navigate the complexities of this new geopolitical landscape. In essence, the rise of Russia and China is not just about these two nations. It is in fact a reflection of a changing world order, where power is becoming more distributed. The rise of these nations has undeniably altered the global landscape. The U.S. economy under Biden's administration faces significant challenges. From grappling with inflation and unemployment to addressing wealth inequality and a ballooning national debt, the stakes are high. These issues are rooted not only in recent policies but also in long-term economic trends and global shifts. Expert analyses indicate that the national debt has reached an all-time high, while the wealth gap continues to widen. The economic hurdles ahead are daunting but not insurmountable. Despite the controversies, some view Donald Trump as a hero, a savior even. They see him as a figure who defied the establishment, someone who dared to challenge the status quo. His economic policies are praised for their focus on domestic industries, while his tough stance on immigration resonated with a significant portion of the population. His unfiltered style appealed to many as a refreshing change from the polished rhetoric of career politicians. Perception is subjective, and for some, Trump represents hope and change. And